First, we want to make sure that we enhance access to education at all levels, we improve quality of teaching and learning at all levels, and make education relevant to the socio-economic transformation agenda of Ghana. What's the purpose of education in a developing country if your fortunes are not going to be changed? What's the purpose of going to school if you can innovate and create something that will change the well-being of your people? A developing country cannot afford education that is just for education's sake. We have to look at education as a means to an end and not an end in itself. And to that end, we cannot continue to educate our children in 19th century buildings and then expect 21st century outcomes. It's never going to be, has never been for other countries that have transformed themselves into major centers in terms of economic development, and we cannot be the exception. So when you see these buildings, these are rectangular shaped buildings, painted brown and yellow, and for some of you sitting here, you have pledged to yourselves and you have told God that in your worst of times, your children will never go to this school. Even though you might have sat in some of these schools, you say to yourself, not again, not my child. My child's future doesn't belong here. I've visited some schools, contrary to what we think that all schools are congested in the public space. There are some schools in our city that are empty, literally empty. Parents have run away from schools like Asim Boys. I had a wonderful time with this group of students. There were only about 5 students in that class. I taught them mathematics. The teacher came to me and said, Minister, can you please help me get more students because it's so boring to teach here. It was a tough one. A school in Kumasi, the famous Yecha Girls, has collapsed, no students. The number of urban schools simply have collapsed. Parents have walked away from our public schools. They have lost confidence in us. So when I sit at the Ministry of Education as Minister for Education, my preoccupation is to ensure that we transform public education spaces. So we began, and into 4 years, I can tell you some great progress has been made. This school that you see here, God willing, if we are around, and I hope I'll be around for many years to come, you will not see these buildings anymore. Because it doesn't belong in Ghana.